But sometimes, you know, for many people, their brains won't allow them to do it
Yeah.
because they're constantly trying to think of what's going to be the next problem that's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, they're trying to solve something that's not really there. So that's how anxiety kind of gets out of hand.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah,
That's
I
when
know
you
there's a
become an
there's a
anxious wreck. Yeah.
exactly, and I guess let me turn that to a question to you. So like,
Hmm.
you know, when you're performing,
Yeah.
you know, or when they say when they your action and it's time for
Yeah.
you to hop up there and do something, like how do you manage your anxiety?
Um, I play a bunch of mental games with
Okay.
myself. You know, a bunch of mental games. I do things that make me comfortable. I box a little bit, so I shadow box. You
Yeah.
know, that make me
Okay.
comfortable,
Yeah.
and it riled me up enough to be like, all right, well, you know, I'm good with this energy, right?
Okay.
And I'm loose. Another thing I do is pray. I
Okay.
always pray because, you know, I pray because I get nervous. I start stuttering and all that stuff. So I pray that go away, and once I pray it go away, pretty much don't even think about it again.
Yeah.
And then after that, you know, I just tell myself like, why am I here?
Yeah.
Why
I
am I?
get that.
What did I do all this work for to get here to act like I don't want to be here? Because that's what my anxiety is telling me. Like, find a way out, find a way out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why am I here for real? You
Mm.
know. And do I want to be? Do I want to be here for real? You know.
Mm.
And most times I do. So it's like,
Yeah.
once I go through all that, by that time I'm on stage. So it's
Mm.
like, and then, you know, it comes into the practice part, and now I'm good. Now I'm doing
Yeah.
exactly what I wanted to do. So
Yeah.
it's like, you know, it's over with. It's over with.
And
So
when you on the stage, and once you kind of get into like your set and
yeah.
everything, how do you like? Do you feel like anxiety is still something that you're contending with, or are you just kind of in the flow of it?
So once I get that first laugh, it pretty much disappeared.
Mm.
The only time it came back is when I didn't understand certain things. Like, so in comedy, you have times where they just listening to you.
Mm.
They waiting for it. But
Hmm.
I'm in my head, because I only watch it on TV, they supposed to be laughing the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so if somebody's looking at me, I get a little nervous, small little bit of anxiousness, and I used to rush into my next thing. Like, they want to laugh right now.
Yeah.
And I had to just calm down and realize, like, you know, I'm controlling the energy here.
Yeah.
I'm controlling what I want to happen. So I gotta, you know, I gotta slow down, walk through it, and just do what I practice at home. Because I
Yeah.
practice this at home a certain way.
Yeah.
I get up here, I'm like, "Da, da, 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 da." They like, nah, you know. But yeah, it will pop up based on, you know, like small little things. Like you say, is that a threat? Is some heckler that you don't know?
Yeah.
They hey, something. You, oh, what happened? What happened? Should I be getting ready to fight, or should I, you know,
Yeah.
all that? But you know, if once you coming from this DMV area, you get used to stuff like that quick. You know,
Hmm.
so it's like it don't really rock me off. But I done seen some people go into straight just defense mode when it was something light. You know,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I get that, man. I know there's it's funny, like I don't know the term of it. I've never looked up the definition of it, but the
Hmm.
word Godspeed.
Hmm.
You know, I know that's a very old term that people used to talk about.
Yeah.
And I think about that a lot in my life because I know that sometimes when you have goals or dreams or
Yeah.
something that is important that you're trying to see happen, you want to rush, you want to
Yeah.
make it happen, right? You want to get to the good part.
Yeah.
And so sometimes that gets to a point where you're leaning too far forward.
Yeah.
And for me in my life, when I'm leaning, if it's something and I'm kind of pressing to try to make it happen,
Hmm.
that's when I make mistakes. And
Fact.
that's when I can get disappointed in the results of it.
Hmm.
But then there's also another side of it, which is not being ready to rise to the occasion in the moment that is there.
Yeah.
You know, like they say is luck is when preparation meets opportunity.
Yeah.
So there's a preparation. You got to be
Hmm.
prepared, and then that opportunity, and it's like a boom. They kind of
Yeah.
happen, and then it creates that spark. But if you're not prepared,
Hmm.
then that opportunity to come, and then you just
You
sitting
just
there.
standing there looking
They put the
crazy.
mic in front of you, like, yeah, here's your big moment. But
Yeah. Right.
so that's not being ready. So getting into that Godspeed space,
Hmm.
is really for me, and it's not. This isn't a per se a kind of a religious
Yeah.
concept. It's
Now I actually looked it up before.
okay.
Nothing came up.
All right. Okay.
That's a
Yeah.
saying, you know, like
Yeah.
nothing definition wise came
Yeah.
up. Like,
Yeah.
So cause I wanted to use that like as a slogan or something. Cause people
Yeah.
would always say Godspeed, Godspeed. I'm like, what does that really mean? Before I go start using this, let me
Yeah.
see what it really means.
Yeah.
And what I took from it and everything I seen and people I asked is that it just means that it happens at the right time, at a perfect time, at the time you
Yeah.
want it. I thought it meant it happened ASAP. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
so when somebody said it, but no, I definitely agree with that
Yeah.
that Godspeed thing and that leaning the leaning analogy is very clear. I see that so much and because I used to get upset. I used to get very upset when I would think somebody who is getting what I deserved,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I would be like, but they not ready. They don't do this. They don't do that. But I'll see them get in that position and they aren't ready,
Yeah.
and then they don't do what they supposed to do, or they don't do it how I would do it, and that made me clear up in my mind like, okay, my time will be my time, like and also let me know that I wasn't ready, because if I'd have been on that same stage as them, I just want to be where they at because it looks good and where I want to be, but I'm
Yeah.
not ready for that. I haven't
That's right.
practiced 40 minutes of two different sets and to be in front of a white, black, Spanish, and all that crowd. I want it, but
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for it when I seen it and when
Yeah.
they got it.
Yeah.
So I definitely, understand that.
Yeah.
I was leaning. I was leaning.
And the whole process of preparation is being able to trust that your time is going to come, and that part of like the mental exercises of realizing that when my moment comes, I want to be as healthy mentally, physically, spiritually, in all elements of myself, so that my light shines the brightest in that moment.
Perfectly. Yeah.
And that's it. I mean, just like with anything else, I mean, rushing forward too fast to something, you know.
Get you clipped, man.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, get
Yeah.
you clipped. But all right, y'all. This is the first time. I got so much more I wanted to talk about. We just gonna give them a little prep. I wanted to talk about the levels in anxiety.
Okay.
Get a little specific on them. I wanted to talk about just give you the couple questions that I told you me going through my everyday life, and some of the things like we didn't really talk about it. I think you started to touch on it, but how trauma is like leads back to your past
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And just a lot more. We didn't talked about so much. So
And definitely want to touch on that felt minus,
Yeah,
and just one last thing I did want to share is that one of the things that we will be exploring, we'll be talking about, is what does it really take for an individual to be able to get to that next level of growth for themselves, whether or not that's financially, career wise, or as far as their health and wellness, like any way in which you can imagine. Most people think that it is, can I learn something new? Can I get some more money? Can I add something? When in actuality, it is, what can I remove? What is in my way? What's the barrier that's inside of me that's blocking me from that next level? So it's more so, how do I remove something more so than add
See
something?
what I'm saying, y'all? Yeah. Now I'm gonna be, well, I got a 30-minute drive. I'm gonna be thinking, what can I remove? I'm about to replace everybody and everything. But no, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Oh,
Fear. I think fear is what I can remove.
Okay.
Fear of risk.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, there it is.
All right. Before we get out of here, listen, we are at Metalworks. Y'all come sign up. Come get your mental health right. Come get your questions answered. I know it's a lot going on in this world, and you're not crazy for, checking your mental.
That's right.
All right, Clay.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir.